Hey guys, welcome to the Asylum Rating Guild. I'm going to talk kind of fast because I want to try to get through a lot of information here in a short period of time. I want to try to keep this video under 10 minutes. So, bear with me. If you miss something, feel free to stop, rewind, and such. Basically, we're putting this video together for, I guess, current raiders and maybe some new people looking at our guild to kind of check out our rating guide, how we set things up, and how we do what we do. Um, so anyway, the Asylum was started with some people that we wanted to be a serious raiding guild, but we wanted to be relaxed and have fun all at the same time. Those two things always didn't um, wasn't always available in different guilds that we found. So we wanted to make sure that we had a fun, uplifting atmosphere, but be serious about raiding at the same time. So let's jump right into things here. A few requirements that you need to have to be a raider in the Asylum. First thing's Ventrilo, or Vent, what we call. It's our voice communication system. We don't type out stuff on raid chat to explain fights and such. We use Vent. So if you don't have Vent, you can't raid. It's just one of those things that we got to have to keep the flow of things going. Um, Next thing you need to have is Deadly Boss Mods add-on. It's just a big helpful tool for when doing raids, and you're kind of left out in the dark on some things if you don't have that. So we ask that you have that add-on and any other add-ons that make sense for your class. We ask that you show up on time for raids. Basically, we just want to keep things going. Our raid times are from 6 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. server time on various days, but those are the times. And that's 3 hours of raiding that we want to get the most of, so we ask that you show up on time. With Vent, we like to talk on Vent, we like to have a good time, we like to get to know each other, but after a raid starts, we ask that you keep the Vent channel clear for the raid leader to be able to keep the flow of things going. That way he don't have to sit there and wait for people to stop talking before he explains the next fight or anything like that. It's just a courtesy thing so we can get the most out of our rating. Next thing is recount data. Recount is an add-on that most everybody has nowadays. And we just ask that you don't spam that during a raid. Some people tend to write a question in raid chat and it can get missed if somebody's spamming recount. During looting, it becomes a problem if we're trying to loot and people are spamming recount. So we just ask that you leave that data to yourself. We can see what you're putting out as far as your specs and stuff like that, your stats. I'm sorry. So we just ask that you leave that to yourself during the raid. After the raid, if you want to go ahead and show everybody what you did, we are fine with that. Moving on real fast here. Want to jump into loot rules real quick. Our loot rules are pretty simple and pretty standard. Basically, you get one main spec win per run. And what I mean by per run is, let's say we're doing ICC on Wednesday and ICC on Thursday. That's considered one run. It's one saved instance, so to speak. So basically, weekly type thing. As a raid resets the next week, then you're available for another main spec win. Unless everybody in your class wins something, and then you could start over. So, for example, let's say there's 3 healers in there, and healer A wins something on main spec roll, then the next roll, healer B and C can roll, but not A. But once B and C win something, then it can reset and go back to healer A. Make sense? You can't answer me, so I'll keep moving. There is unlimited off spec roll. If nobody needs it for main spec, you can roll as many times as you want. You can win as many times as you want for off spec. That's not a big deal. And from there, the item will be DE'd if nobody needs it for off spec. I think that covers that. Okay, what we've done in order to be as fair as possible, in order to try to be as organized as possible, is we set up basically 3 different raider ranks. You've got your general raider, you've got your TOC raider, and your ICC raider. General raider is basically anybody that's level 80 that wants to raid that isn't quite qualified for TOC and ICC. TOC has its own rank and ICC has its own rank based on certain criteria that we've set up with some research and a little bit of our own prejudging. So if you're an 80 and want to raid, you're automatically going to be a general raider. From there, if you want to move up to be a TOC raider, all DPS needs to have a DPS score of about 2800 is kind of the minimum that we're looking for. If you can put out 2800 DPS, you can be a TOC raider. ICC, we're looking for 3800 DPS to be an ICC raider. With tanks and healers, it's a little bit different because there's so many different things you can look at as far as stats. So what we did with tanks and healers, we're just going to go to WoW Heroes, and if that thing says you're ready for ICC or TOC, whatever you're ready for, that's what we're going to rank you at. So how would that work? For example, if we're doing a TOC run, we send out invites to TOC ranked people and above. We fill the group first with TOC ranked people, and then if we need more to fill the group, we'll go up to the ICC ranked people and bring some of them down. If we still need more to fill the group, we will then pull out of the general rating group and do what we need to do to fill the group. So just because you're not ranked as TOC and ICC doesn't mean you won't get the chance to go. It just means that we're going to pick the geared people first. Obviously, if we're going to do a raid, we want to succeed at it. So we got to make sure we have the right people in there. But if you're a lower ranked person, consider it an opportunity if you get the chance to go. But please understand that the priority will go to the people that are geared for it. And that's just, it's the easiest way to do things. It's the most fairest way to do things, and it helps the people putting the raid together know who to grab first. Let's go to the map here, or the calendar, and here's the TOC raid. We got people here that accepted, some that are tentative, some are declined, and then some that didn't answer. We ask that you pick one. We ask that if you know you're going to be there, despite how many people signed up, go ahead and click accept, and that you're willing and able to raid that day. If you're unsure because of real life things, you don't know if you're going to be available, you want to, but you're not sure if you're going to be available, go ahead and click tentative. That's okay. If you know you're not going to be there, click decline. We consider people that don't choose anything as declines. So please, if you want to be considered, please use the in-game calendar as it's set up, because those are the people that are going to get the priority invites. Because we find that you can pretty much get geared up all the way up to being ready for TOC by just doing randoms, getting your triumph emblems, and getting your geared self that way. So that's why we do that. You should have no problem getting yourself TOC ready just by doing the work. We ask that you keep an open line of communication with us, because we're going to make mistakes and things might not always be how you want it to be, but understand that we can't fix things if we don't know about it. So we're hoping that you'll be open with us, and if you have an issue, bring it up, because we're all about fixing issues and all about making this place a good place for as many people as possible. We know we can't please everybody, but our hearts are in the right place, and we'll do everything that we can do to make this guild a great place for you to be. Okay, let's talk a little bit about personal responsibility and the responsibility of the guild versus the responsibility of you as the player. It's the guild's responsibility to provide an opportunity for you to raid and to basically focus on this guild's raid progression. What you need to do is make sure that you're doing everything you can to improve your stats and keep on getting yourself to be that better player. It's going to take you to seek out the help. If you need help with something, there are so many people that are happy and willing to help you in this guild. The officers, the other players, everybody is. We're a very helpful guild, but you need to seek it out. You need to figure out if you got an issue and you want to get better at it. You need to seek out that information. We have a website. You're probably watching this on our website. There's a lot of links on that thing that you can go to, max DPS, those type of things that can help you out. You can sign up and apply to the guild on the website. That's www.asylumthe.guildlaunch.net, and it's a good tool to have. And if you're looking at this, wondering if maybe you should join the guild, check us out. We're cool people, and if not, happy gaming. We'll see you later.